Today's result is absolutely massive. I will show you the Premier League table a little bit later in this episode, but of course we are talking about the result that just happened. Arsenal beating Brentford at home in the London derby 2-1. This is a load of rubbish, by the way. They did not play three at the back. I have never seen such a crazy wall of players in a long time, it feels like. I don't know what it was. It was a 5-4-1, okay, but it wasn't. It was like an 8 at the back at one point. Absolutely incredible defending from Brentford, but boring, man. It's so boring. It was just, the first half was literally in their half. 45 minutes of Arsenal just passing it around, waiting for a gap to appear. And look, Arsenal have done it this season. When you're up against a team that you know is better than you, they play better than you, they can keep the ball better than you, you're anticipating a lot of possession and a lot of chances for that team, you just sit with a low block, and I totally get it. It's extremely boring, isn't it? I feel for the Brentford fans that probably had to sit through that and just watch Arsenal attack. But do you know what? There were periods during the game where Brentford looked pretty decent. They've got a very good team. I think in certain positions they could definitely improve, but they were missing, of course, the main man, Tone, up front. Big fan of Mbermo, however you say his name. What else can I say about Brentford? I love their keeper, Raya. I think he's really good. Also, I do like Rico Henry and Canos. Very decent wing-backs. I think Canos is actually pretty good going forward as well. He scored against us, didn't he, when we lost 2-0? The very first game of the season. But let's move on to the Arsenal team, because there are some players I want to talk about more than others. Quick shout-outs, I guess. Cedric, again, pretty solid game. A couple of misplaced passes, but do you know what? For a stand-in right-back, seeing as Tomiyasu's out at the moment, hopefully back for the next game, which is huge. We need Tomiyasu back, but he's been doing very well. So fair play to Cedric. And to be fair, I won't mention the defence too much. There wasn't much for the defence to do today, but Ben White, Gabriel Tierney were also really good. Ramsdale seemed to have a little bit of an off game. I feel like his passing was just a little bit off today. And maybe could have done better on the goal that we conceded in injury time. Excuse me. That was a real shame, because I think we deserved the clean sheet today. But what I want to talk about is Smith Rowe and Saka, the Hale end boys. These guys, the Smith Rowe goal was brilliant. And then I think Saka's maybe just a little bit better. With Partey and Xhaka in behind, that is the best central midfield I think we can put forward. Quick mention of the captain's armband thing. If you didn't notice, when I think it was Nketiah came on for Lacazette, of course, Lacazette gave the captain's armband to Nketiah, and the usual process is the sub comes on with the armband. He either puts it on if he is the vice captain or next captain in line, or he takes it to the player that then needs to wear it. He went up to Granit Xhaka and he said, no, not me. Now, a lot of people are making a big fuss about this. I think some people presume that Xhaka has just said, no, I don't want it. However, I'm pretty sure since Aubameyang left, there has been a shift in the captain's list, if that's the right word. And I believe the players voted, and it's Lacazette, and then it's Tierney. I believe that is the new rota. I don't know if that's the right word either. There's a list of players that the club has in order of who should be captain, and I believe Xhaka isn't second anymore. So, or he wasn't before either. It was Aubameyang, Lacazette, then maybe it was Xhaka. I don't know, but there's been a change there. So I don't want to make too much out of that. If Xhaka should be wearing it, I'm pretty sure he would have taken it, for sure. I thought Partey was excellent today. He got man of the match here on FOTMob, the site I'm using. Not sponsored, by the way. But for me, it probably should have gone to Smith Rowe. I thought he was absolutely fantastic today. For a player to come in after not featuring so much, he did a great job today. Ødegaard, I thought, was really good as well. He is just quite simply our best passer of the ball. He has a wand of a left foot. Getting him for 35 million is incredible business, considering we sold Willock for 26, 28 million. So Ødegaard was practically less than 10 million euros or 10 million pounds. It's mind-blowing. But one player I really do want to mention is Lacazette. We'll get onto your comments very soon. Lacazette was poor today. Now, one thing I want to make sure people know is I am aware that he's not really an out-and-out striker when he plays in this system. He is absolutely not. He's almost an attacking midfielder like Ødegaard, and there's a lot of rotation. There's a lot of Smith Rowe and Saka or Pepe when he comes on, and they all rotate in that final third. We don't really play with a striker, it feels like. And who does that sound like? Pep Guardiola, Man City, playing without a striker. Funny that. So I'm not saying that Lacazette was poor as a striker today, but actually I think a lot of chances that he had, a lot of times where he could have maybe found a pass, a lot of first touches, just generally had a poor game today. And once again, I know I keep saying it, but just imagine if we had a top striker playing today. It would not have been 1-0 for quite some time. It wouldn't have been just 2-0. Maybe it wouldn't have been 2-1 at the end. Maybe it would have been 5-1. I feel like there's a lot more goals in this team, and partly because we just don't have an out-and-out finisher. So I can't wait for the summer. I cannot wait. Who are we going to get in? I'm so excited about it. But anyway, on to your comments. Of course, follow me on Twitter, on all social medias. Everything is linked down below. At the end of every game, I tweet out, what's your thoughts? Hashtag Operation Arsenal. We have a comment coming in from Bayo again. I think this guy is pretty much instantly ready to leave a comment as soon as I tweet. He says, dominant win today. Amazing goals from ESR and Saka. Poor refereeing. I haven't spoken about the ref, but I'm so bored about talking about referees being terrible for us. We should have got 3 pens and more free kicks. The team was solid. Interesting that Xhaka refused the captains. I already talked about that, the captain's armband thing. But a well-deserved 3 points. But yeah, again, I guess I can quickly brush over it. I just don't want this video to go on and on. It wasn't a spectacular game today, so I don't want to bore you. But once again, it does feel like the referees just have an agenda against Arsenal. And I'm not saying that is what's going on here. If anything, it might be the more we talk about it, the more the press pick up on it, the referees will be probably against giving red cards to Arsenal and silly decisions, because they don't want us to be talking like the referees hate Arsenal. They don't want everyone to say there's an agenda. Ultimately, the referees just do the best they can, but they are not good enough in this country. We all know the referees and the officials are simply not at the level we need. If you look across any of the other top leagues in Europe, the refereeing standards are so much higher. But is that because the Premier League is just so intense? I don't know, but some of the decisions, I think even the last goal of the game where we conceded, I'm pretty sure it was offside right before the free kick, and just things like that. It's stupid. That's another clean sheet gone, you know? Jamie says, the longer our main strikers go without scoring, the more angry we are getting that we needed to get someone in. I don't think anyone was available other than the attempt on Vlahovic and Isak. It's a lot of money to put a punt on a striker in the middle of January. Isak hasn't had a great season so far. Vlahovic is having an absolute stinker since he's gone to Juventus. Just that one goal. I think he's gone 300 minutes without scoring now. Juventus fans already saying he looks poor. I'm not saying we've dodged a bullet, because I think Vlahovic will become one of the best strikers in the world. He already is on his day one of the best strikers in the world. But it just goes to show, if we put 80 million in that deal, and it's not just the price up front, it's his wage. He would have been on probably the highest wage in our whole squad. And you've seen that Arteta's really tried to rein that in. I don't think it might have been a great idea, but yeah, can you imagine how many goals we would have scored if we had someone decent up front? What do you mean? We've got Lacazette. ESR, or Jono, says, couldn't have played much better. I was about to say, what? We were fine today. Lacazette and the ref making it difficult. Yeah, I feel that. Then we've got X, just there in it, 7. The referees absolutely hate us. Huge win, especially with West Ham drawing. True. And Newcastle, they drew with Newcastle earlier today. Unlucky not to get a clean sheet, though. I'll go through the other results really quick, but I'm pretty sure Chelsea got a last-minute winner, which kind of sucks. And then we've got one from LH27 saying, Hale end, that's all. Let me show you guys the other results. So obviously we've got the 1-1 draw with West Ham and Newcastle, the 2-1 win. 1-0 to Watford, which is a surprise. Aston Villa going through a bit of poor form at the moment, but I'm convinced Gerrard is a great appointment. He'll come good there. This is the surprise result for me, though. Burnley, 3-0 winners against Brighton. Okay. Crystal Palace getting a 1-0 loss against Chelsea at home. Last-minute winner from Ziyech, I believe it was. And by the way, Norwich were winning this game. They were winning 1-0 against Liverpool, and then 2 quick-fire goals. Liverpool turned it around. Southampton beating Everton. And, of course, we've got Man City and Tottenham, Leeds and Manchester United, and Wolves and Leicester still to come in this match week. I believe that's tomorrow. Yeah, the 20th. So I'm going to be watching Man City, Tottenham. Absolutely, I will be. Let's go ahead and have a look at the Premier League table. So this is where things get very interesting. It's very rare to see a table so disjointed with the amount of games played. But right now, Arsenal, if we win all our games in hand, can be in 3rd place. All we have to do is beat Chelsea in a couple of weeks, which is remarkable. If you think back to the first few games of the season, I think I was saying we'd be lucky to get a top 8. Right now, 3rd place is actually within reach. All we have to do is win our games. But of course, we've got some tough games. We do have Wolves next. We've got Tottenham at some point, Liverpool, Chelsea. Some really tough ones. But right now, with 23 games played, West Ham have played 3 games more and we're level on points. And Manchester United have played 2 extra games and they're 1 point ahead. So it is pretty crazy. Win every single game in our next 5, 6, 7 games, including against Chelsea, and we will be 3rd place. But that's not going to happen. I would say 4th is incredible. I'm not expecting any more than 4th. I think 5th would be still actually, in the scheme of things, not a terrible result for this club right now. Getting back into Europe full stop is a good thing, as long as it's not the Conference League. But I think, looking at the situation we're in right now, with 15 games to go, 4th place should be ours. We should be getting 4th place, and that is, I think, ultimately our goal and where we will finish. I genuinely believe if we continue the way we are, we'll get that 4th spot, and that would be truly incredible. But thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for all your comments after the game finished. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Quickly, Arsenal career mode. The MGH United career mode is coming. I'm working on mods. I'm working on getting my badge in the game. Just things like that. It does take time. I think it might be Wednesday. We'll see. It's coming soon.